Welcome back to part 6 of the workshop build. This was intended to be the final video of the series, but winter kicked in, making it difficult to finish everything I had planned for the build. On top of that, it practically drained every last bit of money I had to divert the watercourse, and with a few health issues thrown into the mix, I've decided just to upload the rest of the footage that I had and wait until spring to complete the project. As you can see, all the Cedral Lap Boards and the trims arrived. I'm having to remove it from the driveway and store it in the garden out of the way. The cement fibre boards are 3.6 metres long and I'm not sure how strong they are, so I'm having to take care when handling them. When darkness fell, I took out the laser and worked out all of the levels. It was tricky in the dark, but when morning arrived it was a relief to see all the pencil marks were still there. With all the boards and trim safely out of the way, the first job was to fix on the mesh to prevent big insects and mice creating a new home behind the cladding. Next job was installing the symmetrical corners, taking special care not to let go and drop them on the floor. DPC was used over the battens for extra protection before fixing the corner trim. The starter profile was fixed next to kick out the first board, which is quite tricky to do on your own. Then the boards were cut to size and the edges painted. I was using the Evolution multi-blade to cut the board. Ideally there's a proper design blade for these boards, but they're so caught very well. I pre-drilled everything, taking no chances with this stuff. It's too costly to make mistakes at this stage. Everything was fixed with stainless steel Spax facade screws. Expansion gaps have to be left at the sides and on the very top piece to allow the air to flow through. After struggling on my own for some time, I decided it was best to call for some help. It made the job so much easier. It took me a while just to get one side up, and eventually darkness fell yet again, so it was time to call it a day. The next footage was taken a few days later, and as you can see from the buckets of ice, winter's set in. I've done most of the back side of the building now and it's time to finish the driveway side. And the boss seems happy, so I'm happy. The dust was strong, so I was holding my breath, and at this point I had my eyes shut because I didn't have safety goggles on, which I paid the price for by tripping over the loose cable and breaking the board, which fortunately was only a scrap piece. To save on brushes, I used scrunched up blue roll to paint the edges. So for now I'm going to call it a day and get back onto it in spring when the weather is hopefully a little bit warmer. I may start in the front, but there's the wall, the floor and the fencing to put back, which is easier when it's not all iced over. So hopefully I'll see you all back for part 7. Prior to making the videos on YouTube, I worked as a firefighter for nearly 20 years, serving my community and helping to save lives and promote the fire safety message. Unfortunately, an accumulation of many upsetting scenes became too much for my mind to cope with, and after years of failed therapy I was retired from the service on the grounds of ill health and signed off medically from any employment. To keep myself busy, both body and mind, I developed an interest in woodworking and car mechanics, and with already having a hobby in filming and music, I combined my interest and started making videos here on YouTube, filming, editing and composing my own music for my woodworking and car restoration channels Smugwood and Smugwood Mini. Unfortunately, to produce such videos comes at a price, and with minimal funds after being retired from employment, I've turned to Patreon to see if there is additional support out there which could allow me to continue making the woodworking and car restoration videos. In return for support, there are various levels which are explained in more depth at the Patreon link below, but includes the chance to win one of my YouTube projects made throughout the year, and also inclusion into random prize draws open to patrons only. In addition, I'd like to thank everybody who already subscribes to my channels, or watches, comments, likes and shares them, as it all goes to help support my channels, and for that I'm really appreciative. It's my hope that I can continue making the videos for the foreseeable future. Thanks once again for your continued support.